guess, yeah.
Okay, how do we want to put this? This was a theory that we were talking about last night. We were going to talk about it in tonight's show. It's when your thinking begins to sabotage yourself. You will actually start to look towards people, maybe they might do it. Like, for instance, if you think that somebody's going to cheat on you, and you're with somebody, you can then talk yourself and convince yourself, waiting for that clue or the evidence or the shoe to drop so you can say, I knew it. Okay? That at the same time, the saboteur is somebody that is clumsy, that don't mean to sabotage, but in a way it happens. I feel like this could be a younger sibling, somebody that has, because it looks like there's a knife in your back. And looks like it had actually created a scar. Have you got a scar on your back?
No.
Then I'm trying to figure out who this is. Because I'm doing a life reading for her, but all these things are pointing to something else.
Before you got into this page, whenever that was, a couple minutes ago, it felt like that there are two parts of this person. It's almost like it's like a different her in a different dimension.
Oh, it could be.
Blueprint put onto this person.
Now, see, here's the thing. I know I'm looking at your energy field, but I have got another. Wow. Okay, so my question then: does she have attachment? No. Does she have a split personality? No. Does she have bipolar? No.
Dissociative DID?
No. But it's taking on others' responsibility. Ooh. Do you take on other people's responsibility because they won't do it?
No.
Oh my God! What is this around her? Then what is okay?
Because right now, because when you said a knife in the back, I feel like I got a sharp pain where the lower part of my breast is to where the pain is ricocheted to the back.
Yes.
On my back.
Yes. Okay, that's it. That's okay. Now, okay. Well, we have something confirmation. I just have to figure out what this is because I don't like to do power of suggestion, but at the same time, I'm actually looking at this auric field of yours.
Pain, no. Yes.
You know, I'm looking
I've been dealing with since the 31st. I've been dealing with since the 31st of October. I woke up like that. I'm just like, what's this? Why do I feel like this?
Okay. So now we've got to figure this out because it's like you're not even consciously aware of this stuff is going on. Like I said, it hasn't physically touched down yet. But I can feel it. It's been unfolding.
It's in your etheric body. I got the unfoldment card upside down. I never had that.
Yeah. Okay. So now I have to figure this out.
Unfold or something.
Because as I'm looking at the electromagnetic field of the body, there's all these different things that can happen to you. In this case, they're going to the saboteur, which means something has to be removed from you. And so then I asked whether or not that somebody was sabotaging you, and they said yes, but you're not consciously making contact with it. That's why I asked you if you had a nemesis, and you're like, no. And maybe we're getting the definitions mixed up. But I have to understand these two cards, because I pulled these two cards based on that energy field, and I got rock bottom and wishing well. Now I've got to figure this out. Well... Okay, just have patience with this because this mystery will unfold one way or the other. But I can feel that in your body, and okay, so rock bottom. Jen, I can't seem to.
I know. I'm watching.
Here, I can't feel the book, so just take that for a minute, and she will read, and we will get to where we're going because I have to focus on something else.
As difficult as it may be to accept, it seems that you've reached a point where you can go no further in the same manner in which you've been doing things. Excuse me. Perhaps you've hit a proverbial brick wall or experienced a deep sense of loss and don't know where to turn. The old way of doing things must be discarded fully in order to move onward and upward.
Do you feel like you have the fear of the future?
Not really. I used to, but not really.
Oh, yeah, she just said it. She just said it.
I used to.
She used to. Okay. Okay, now let me explain. We look at how everything, yes, for the healing detectives, this is your foundation, and you have consciously outgrown, so you chronologically aged, you conquered and you outgrown, but this is what sits in your foundation.
Right, I see the grid around her, and there's.
Have you ever been humiliated?
I lied, yeah.
Ah! We got it.
We're not excited that you've been
humiliated. Oh, no, we don't want you to have that. No, we're just happy that I'm making a big connection. Okay, this humiliation has been the saboteur. It's like the knife in the back. Do you remember the very first time?
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Yes! Okay, so the very first person that ever sabotaged you, can you remember? Or humiliated you?
The only one I know who really kind of really sabotaged me real bad was my mom.
Yes! Okay. I'm not happy for that, but it says that around 2 years old, it's like no matter what you tried to do, you had to put on the behavior. You had to put on the manners, okay?
Yeah.
And that's fine, and that's great, but at the same time, now that you're at this chronological age, it's actually defeating you. So your body says, ouch, and it wants to be done with this particular habit that has come up. It says it wants that to be released. Now, what it's asking to release is that you can't figure it out. All that?
Okay.
All that to that? Okay. What happens is that you can't figure it out. It actually sets in the body in the triple warmer. It sets in the body, and it's the beginning point of the fight, flight, freeze. It is what throws you off of your happiness. Now, they're saying that in the future, now grab some cards, we're going to talk, I'm not talking about the future. Yes, I am. Okay, just grab some cards. She's supposed to be doing something and wonderful for herself, okay? And as I'm, okay, read that card.
Why don't I read the card
that I drew earlier?
Correct, known as the wishing well.
Okay.
Desire is the most important.
Thank y'all for helping me.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Go team. Desire is the most important impulse for creating life.
Oh, she was told not to have that desire.
So now this card makes sense. Awesome.
Okay.
Now you're seeing the relationship between desire and, wait for it, inspiration, and seeing that moment of truth when you feel the inception of new life. It is an aha moment when everything makes sense.
Okay, okay, so now, I love this. You have finally said it's safe. Let me just find out. Did you say it's safe? There's a part of you that is conquered enough that says it is safe for me to do what I want, or to at least dream, hitting that desire. So the soul is sparking you to desire. And you've actually got yourself to think about desire a little bit, and you're like, oh, I didn't blow up. I didn't get hurt. But your body took on what's called a habit. This is something that you're used to doing. And so your body is trying to now stop you. It's trying to tell the mind, oh, you can't do that. And so you have done really well at separating, how do I want to put it? No, I'll give you an example. The thing I had to heal was this particular thing I'm explaining to you. Every time I would go physically out there and do it, somebody says, just do it. Every time I physically went out there and just did it, my body would sit there and sabotage me. It literally caused me to have a breakdown. My body would break down. And somebody says, oh, well, you don't really want to do it in the first place. And yes, that is a belief, and that's something that can be healed. But I knew for myself that wasn't true. In this case, it was my safeguard, and it was also something that has happened. For you, you learned as a kid that every time you had a desire, you were supposed to squash it, squelch it, change it, not be able to be you. Now that you're older, you can have it. But your body is trying to sabotage you. So in this case, the key word that seems to link your body to feel like this, so if you were to play with me just for a minute, close your eyes, breathe in and out, and look at that pain that you have in the body. because this is a particular habit. And as you look at it, is there a color that you kind of see with it? Yes?
I get a red color.
Good, good. Now, as you breathe in and out, tell me if it's safe for you to actually look like you can pull it out. Is it good, bad, or indifferent, or does it create more pain?
I'm pulling it out.
Okay, so as you pull it out, notice that there's a little part of you as a little girl, you can't figure out why they're doing that to you, why your mother would do that to you, or why people would do that to you. And now I want you to look at the humiliation. So you're going to place one hand, I don't care which hand, on your forehead and your hairline. And you're just going to place it on your forehead and your hairline. You're just going to leave it there, and we're going to talk for a few minutes. Because they're telling me this is huge. So you're getting a free healing right here on live air. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So as you breathe in and out, and you start to pull this out, know that you feel safe, but at the same time, feel the humiliation. Feel the, I can't figure this out. Why is this happening? And allow yourself to get into it. Now, sometimes it's hard, but if it sounds familiar, put it on a scale from 0 to 10, 10 being, oh God, yes, this is my story, and tell me the number. It can be higher than a 10, too.
A 10.
Okay, so you allow yourself to just breathe in and out. Focus on it. Allow yourself to focus, because you're giving yourself a permission and a safety net, because we're here backing you up energetic-wise. And if you don't mind, I'm going to give you another part of the healing. I'm going to use, or Jen's going to use me. I'm going to be your surrogate. So energetic-wise, I'm going to help remove that pain out of your body.
Okay.
That's if she can find where we put the magnets. Oh, right here, Jen. Okay, so keep breathing in and out. Just keep your hand on your head. Keep focusing on it. And notice how you dislike this. Why are they doing this? I can't figure it out. I dislike this. I don't like this. I don't want this. And there's particular memories that they're all jumbled, but there's particular memories that kind of peep in and out as you're thinking about this. So what we're going to, you just keep focusing on that. The rest of you audiences, we're going to help her start removing the humiliation from the electromagnetic field. Now I want you to roll particularly on that spot in my back.
I'm trying.
And then Jen, you're going to take the knife out of her back. But we're creating it so that it's healed. No bleed out. All the blood flows properly. Everything's good. So just keep. Now, is the number coming down at all? Or the color starting to fade? Okay, is there a new color or a new number?
5.
Okay, keep going, hon. You're doing great. You keep doing that. Because I can hear swear words that want to pop up in your head. And that's okay. Allow yourself to feel them. And then just finally say, I'm done with the dislike. Now we're going to preserve all the positive learnings, and we're going to pull it out. Because the dislikes...
I didn't say I was done.
The dislikes are what causes you to stay bashful, causes you to stay from keeping yourself from allowing opportunities to come to you. And you're tired of it. Now, you've learned to conquer one part of your brain, but you got to take the physical part with you. You need to allow yourself to just let it all go. So keep healing. Keep your hand there.
Good at 3.
Good. Keep doing it. You're awesome. Now, what's funny is that in part of your brain, I hear you go, what is that girl telling me? I can't figure this out. Good. I want you now to focus on that. I mean, focus wherever it is you need to go, but you're going to focus on it.
Good at 2.
You're doing great. And notice how it feels like your ears want to itch or they ring or whatever it is. You're going to pull it out of the ears too. You say, I'm done. I don't have to hear this. Whatever it is, and it can be the echoes of the humiliation, but you're done. You're done being the doormat. You're done being the one that they don't know what to do with their life and they threw it on me. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. And you literally are just now going to draw like a line in the sand saying, I'm done. Don't cross this.
Like
and you're,
Zorro.
Yep, and you're just going to just put it out there, and you're going to start pushing all that stuff that you said, this is what love is, this is what family is, this is what relationships are. You're going to actually say no to it, and you're going to release it so they can have it. And you're going to reclaim your power back to you now. And it's just going to come up through the feet. It's going to help your body. Is there pain in your body, in your back?
No.
Good. Now let's take the golden white light. Imagine light energy going into where it was. Breathe in and out. And as you do so, focus on they can't figure it out. Just focus on it. Get it all out. Look for any remainder stuff. Let it out, let it out, let it out. And then you're going to have to notice that bashfulness, and maybe you need to define it, look it up, ask other people what it is, look in the dictionary. But you're going to notice how it was a tool as a safety blanket. I don't remove safety blankets. We work to heal them so that you create a new foundation and you won't need this. But there's a part of you that used to have to, as soon as I feel bashful, I know now not to do this, or or it's a trigger that something's about to occur. But you're going to define what bashfulness is. All right, is there any number or color left?
I got yellow and green.
Okay, so now what I need you to do is just breathe in and out. And you're going to allow yourself to reclaim your power. And they're saying that you actually probably need to go take a nap or lay down where it's quiet. Or even if you can't, just make sure you go to continue to do this. Now,
you need to reacclimate
because right now you went to a standstill, which means you're going to take yourself to a new plateau, but there's a lot to think because you're hitting a particular memory that needs a paid attention to. In this case, I'm going to give you a hope therapy tool. Do you know where to go to get our tools?
Yes.
Okay, you're going to do hope therapy, so you're going to look for that. And then when you get done talking, I would suggest you go heal if you can immediately. And you're going to, the hand on the forehead and the hairline, you're also going to hold R2D, which is you're going to hold your right wrist with your left thumb in the second position on your pulse point, and you're going to push your thumb in deep, finger in the palm, and then you're going to place your right hand on your forehead and hairline, and you're going to think about how you can't trust and how you just want to run from this. That's part of the bashfulness, is that I gotta keep myself in alert so that doesn't have to repeat. How that is used to put your self-esteem down into a low position. How to get you into a certain state of being submissive. Does this make sense?
Yes.
All right, so I want you to go heal. Let all the memories come up. Now, when you feel like you got it down to 0 and white, just allow yourself to breathe. And then you may see another incident pop back up. Go back to doing R2D and like hopelessness, feeling attacked, worried, can't control events. Literally go through and just keep doing R2D until it gets to 0 and white. And what you're doing is you're going through the layers. And you're going to heal out what you no longer need until the point where it won't even pop back in your face anymore. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
And I did pull some cards as far as to help guide you through this process. And the angel therapy card that came up was actually your parents. So the angels are helping you heal this. And specifically, there's an archangel Raguel who is going to guide this process of healing. And then I also pulled the card of what are you supposed to realize? What is this dream, part of the dream that's been suppressed that you haven't been able to allow to come to surface because of all this stuff on top? And that is the High Lord of Gratitude and Service. So this may be part of your purpose. The High Lord of Gratitude and Service has arrived to help you find your true purpose today. Feeling gratitude for each moment you experience and loving what is and what has been will remind you that every breath you take holds a deep and profound awareness. Through small actions and selfless service to another, you're automatically placed upon your highest path, whether you're immediately aware of it or not. The presence of this ally lets you know that you're on the correct path to fulfilling your desires.
Okay, the number 320 had come up, so I looked it up and said, God and the Ascended Masters are surrounding you with supportive and healing love, helping you to have confidence and everything is divine in perfect order. So you are actually helping doing preventive healing. So that you got preventive medicine. You're using this healing so that you don't have to have another incident occur. Because again, like I said, I saw this whirlwind that hasn't touched down yet, but it looks like if you didn't start address this now, you could end up having another bitch slap somewhere. And so you're doing yourself a wonderful thing, and the Ascended Masters and the angels are all helping, and they're grateful that you called in, and so are we. So as you heal us as well. So you go heal, and then call back sometime and keep us updated, all right?
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Well, that song is very much something that had come to me in the middle of the night, and it gave me such great inspiration that sparked my life. I found it on YouTube, and I put the website, YouTube website and the number so that you can enjoy it. The words are there too. It's make a difference, and it did for me. And so I carry this song with me. Now, some of you, when you watch the YouTube, what is that thing around her neck? It's a red dragon. I was told that I'm supposed to have red. I'm supposed to look for a red necklace. Well, I haven't gone to the store. I haven't bought myself anything yet. And I haven't found my Indian necklace that's supposed to be mine, and I haven't found it yet. But I keep hearing I'm supposed to have something red. So I got up today and walked by, and it says, put that red dragon on. I'm like, I got no red dragon. And there it was, sitting there on the side of my computer, covered up, peeking its little nose out. I said, seriously? And what it is, it came from my van that I sold because it was time. This homeless man needed a car. And so I sold him my van so that he had a home. Really cheap. But this came from it, and it was an air freshener at one point. But I was told to keep it. I have a blue one and a red.
So when somebody says you have dragon breath, that could be a good thing.
Yes. Oh, good Lord. So, what our last caller is, that is the what we love doing all these, but I'm a healer first and foremost, and I love doing certain stuff. And the spiritual investigation, that's what we're all about. So, let's take the next caller.
Area code 205. You're on the air.
Hello.
Hello. How can we help you?
Well, I just recently went through a breakup with my boyfriend for 4 years, and I'm just heartbroken, and I just want to see if you see us get back together or if it's time to move on.
Okay. So the first thing that happens to pop up, so you are very much in the early stages of this because it says that the will to live, there's just no desire right now to want to move past this. And they said that that's kind of, a despair moment. I'm asking, do you want us to address this to her? They go, no, but just tell her they're guiding you, they're watching you, they will help you through this. And you are to move on from what I can see. You're probably have a yo-yo relationship, off and on again.
Yeah.
Okay. And Jen, what did you get?
Okay, so I said, what is it?
Bless you.
I apologize.
You didn't see it coming.
I didn't. So that's funny because there's the lightning power card. That was the first one. So I said, what is it that the angels, your guides, are going to help you do in this situation? And they're giving you power you didn't even know you had. gain a new perspective, because being vulnerable can be effortless, but that doesn't mean that you walk around with your seeping open wounds. That means that there is a strength in being your authentic self, and I feel like, yes, you will be moving on because they're going to help you get a new perspective.
Now, this is bizarre, but I love clues. I look over, somebody says, in the chat room, thank you so much, taking a nap now. I drew the card that says, oh, we're done retreating, but we need to take a nap now. So, now I've got to figure out how this relates to your relationship. It's like your relationship took a nap. So now the question, I guess, is that if it's in the nap stage, doesn't mean it's going to breathe life back into it, and it goes back to, like I said, no will to live, no desire to live. And I said, is that her? No. Is that him? No. This relationship is that it's tired. This relationship's tired. And
I understand that. I am very tired.
Okay, so now we're going to, so re-ask your question that you want then, knowing with this answers you have, what is the question that you want? Or, yeah.
I just want to know if he's going to realize what a friend he's lost and if he'll be back.
That's a very important to understand. Every human being goes through this. And the thing is, the person usually, we want them to get it. We want them to feel that we want them to feel miserable to some degree, and that is a form of trying to reclaim your power, because there's things that are unsaid. There's no closure to this. It causes both you to be stunted. Now, I will give you a healing tool that will help. Will he realize this? In his time? But if you are holding these feelings, familiarity, and stuff, he's not going to be able to see it, because he can't, because you have this wall, this shield, this lens, this pains. And so both of you have to stay in that vibration, and you, like I said, it's going to be a yo-yo. Yeah, 1 minute he'll say, oh my God, yes, I lost it, and then want it back. Well, then all of a sudden it's like, nope, and one of you keeps breaking up with it, but there's pain. It's like a revenge. It's like resentment. It's like taking poison, hoping the other person will get it. And Jen.
So I pulled the card saying, what is it that that needs to be done? What needs to happen right now? And I got from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, the Ice Queen card. As an ally, has come to block your movement for your highest good. Let your ideas be preserved until later. You can thaw them out and use them at another time when they will best serve. The realm of the Ice Queen is the place of non-action, and now is a perfect time to take a look at how far you've come and ask yourself for a re-clarification of your highest goals. Not all your plans can be accomplished at this moment. In fact, putting them on ice allows for the perfect timing later on. Don't be too hasty in trying to reach your goal. An even better one will present itself if you surrender and spend the winter with the Ice Queen. Perhaps, too, you're trying to do too many things at once. This is a good occasion to choose only one thing to focus on and let the Ice Queen put the others in deep freeze until a more appropriate time. She'll let you know when it's time to thaw.
333. One of the things is that you are still at the beginning stages of this transition, and the cards keep popping up and telling me so. It's too soon to do certain healing because there has to be a certain mourning process. And then it is about making that choice.
It's like you do have to go through those stages of grief.
And I would tell you the best way to go through those stages of grief is to put your hand on your forehead and your hairline. Once you do that and you start to notice the color and the number and all of these questions that you ask, all of the self-talk of him in your head will actually start to come down. The color will change. Keep doing it until all of a sudden you feel like it, yeah, I don't care to think about it anymore. Then I would say go to the healing tools on MW Reveal. And in the healing tools, you will find cord switching. And allow yourself to do that, but don't do it now. Your healing, that healing will take place when it's supposed to. Because you haven't quite said enough's enough with this person. So if you try to do it too soon, you will end up causing yourself to call backlash and cause yourself more pain than you need to.
So what part of the healing is actually being in observation mode.
Mm-hmm.
And just be that observer in your life, kind of taking a step back to see the landscape, to almost watch it like a movie kind of thing unfold, and just observe.
I hope this makes sense to you.
Yes, it really does. It's been a long, hard battle to try to be everything this guy wanted me to be.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't want to be, he wanted to keep it at a friend's level. And it's been very expensive. And I feel a little used.
Yeah.
But in all, I loved him with all my heart, and I gave him everything I had. But it was still, he'd rather go for a younger girl. So.
Yes. And this is, like I said, there's a part of you, if you keep your hand in your forehead and you allow yourself to heal that, all that self-talk, all that stuff about him, and it calms down, then do the cord switching, because you need that energy that you have placed on this relationship. You need to take it off it and go put it out on, and say, you know, using the golden lasso, which is a healing tool, and say, I am ready for a relationship. But you're not, per se, yet, because your energy is focused on him, and it wouldn't be right to bring someone in while you're still focusing on him. But when you're ready, it'll unfold, and you can always call back in again. And literally, once you take your energy off of that and say, I'm ready for a new relationship, you will then start bringing in healthier choices. Because in this case, they said that you're willing to really heal. That you're really willing to say, I'm done repeating this particular hell. So take it at a pace that is good for you. But don't just do it theory and just think. Because that's just going to get you insanity, doing the same thing, trying to expect different results. Do the healings. Visit the website. If you needed guided meditation for the cord switching, I don't have it on our NW Reveal, but I do have it on my personal page, which is medicinewoman, the number 4, the letter U.com, and you'll see where it says when you sign up for a free newsletter, then you'll get that meditation. And you'll actually be taken to a page where they show a picture, videos, guided meditation, as well as the instructions.
Okay.
Okay? So just take it easy. Just feel your guidance, because you know you're finished. But the self-talk was saying, oh my God, but I want it back in your life because you had 4 years of habit. But you want to break this habit. But just be patient with yourself, okay?
Okay.
All right, listen to the archive.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you tremendously.
Thank you, dear.
Okay,
Stay blessed.
Take care.
And for all of you, remember always to revisit the website,
The
watch
archives.
the archives, the videos, the YouTubes, the iTunes, because re-listening to what we say, there are gems and words that you may not pick up. It's like when you watch a movie and you think you got it, and then the second time you watch it, oh, I didn't see that. The third time you watch it, oh, now I really get it. So allow yourself to remember you're important, and reviewing and listening can help you build up better to who you are. So let's take the next person real quick.
Okay, area code 857. You are on the air.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
We're good.
Great.
And how are you?
I'm well, thank you for asking.
How can we help
my
you?
name is,
I'm sorry.
My name is Shanti,
Mm-hmm.
and I just had a question. I feel like I'm definitely, I know that I'm outgrowing, or I have outgrown a lot of my social connections with, like, my childhood girlfriends. I love them to pieces. I just feel like we're in different places.
Yes.
And there's one childhood friend in particular who I'm a little concerned about. I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's her. I don't know if it's a combination of the both of us. But it's like we are just nasty to each other, where it's like we don't want the other one to see, or we're cutting each other off, or we're attacking each other's opinions, or being judgmental. And I'm just trying to figure out what exactly is going on.
Okay. It's what they call the soul maturing. You have to be okay to lose your friends. And every stage of this growth, from a little child up to the adult, yes, they always teach you that you're supposed to honor your friends. Yes, love them. But sometimes they can be holding you back. Sometimes you could be holding them back. Any relationship, when change begins to occur and the awakening inside of yourself happens, there can be devastating things, because you're waking up and they're saying, no, stay the same. They don't like the fact that you changed because they already got used to you one way. But you can't, once you start to crack that shell, you need to keep breathing new life, because that is who you are. So you have to be okay to lose your friends, and you'll just say, all right, you take your energy off of those relationships and you place them out there and say, thank you, angels, for bringing the like-minded peeps to me. And you will start, especially the golden lasso, you'll start bringing them in. And you can do it with grace and ease. What happens is, this goes back to my what I call the Donna story. And what it boiled down to was that I kept going to her house every month, and we're great friends. After 7 years of going there, Spirit said, stop going. But why? I come alive, I feel good, this is the first time I feel like I'm me. And they said, stop going. And I couldn't hear the rest of it because I was devastated, saying that I had to do this. I went back. By the third time I went back, the relationship started to deteriorate. And I said, why? Why? And they said, because you're supposed to be over here. Your awakening, your growth is over here. Your path switching. And if you don't willingly, consciously say, I pull and release this relationship, and you move in the direction you need to, you will then create a bitch slap to the point where you guys are going to destroy the friendship, just so that, because you don't know how to end it. Now, with me and Donna, we have moved forward. She moved in her direction, I moved in mine. We're still friends, we're not as close, but we haven't lost anything. We can still pick up where we left off, we can talk. And so how do you want to end this relationship? Because in a way, you're supposed to be in a different path, they're supposed to be in a different path, and you'll come together when you're supposed to. Does this make sense?
Is that what's happening here?
Yes, yes, you're path switching. You're literally starting to go in a different direction. Jen, pick some cards. Go ahead.
Well, it also reminds me of a relationship that I had that was based on an old version of myself.
Yes.
It was based on my teenage self, and at that point, I was going through depression. At my senior year in high school, that's when I attempted suicide. I've been on antidepressants, and then all of a sudden, when being in this healing world, I started to heal. I was to the point where I felt like I needed to be off my antidepressants because I was actually healing those deep core issues. This one particular acquaintance came to a class, and actually in the middle of class that Brenda was teaching, this person said, admitted how she saw the friendship. She said, oh, well, yeah, I take her power and her power because they're not doing anything with it anyway. That's how I get my power. I just take theirs. And that was like, whoa.
Yeah, total shock on the girls' faces. And it was
Right.
like we had to take a break.
And so I said, oh, okay, so that's how she sees our friendship. Oh, my gosh. But, and we had to do, there was a reckoning and all that kind of stuff that we had to do. But we are able to be friends. It's not on the level that it was, or how this person sees it or wants to see it, but it's in a more mature way, because I'm not going to give my power away anymore. As far as the cards go, what they're saying is that you're not able to celebrate. There's part of you that's remaining to be hidden. However that's supposed to be articulated. But you need to be able to dance, and they're saying you're not being able to dance. And it's time to get out of this version of who you were, come up for air, and it's not time to be still anymore. You need to go out and find your peeps.
And your definition of life is so different now, without realizing it, that you're going to clash. And the judgmental thinking and talking and the breaking and all of this, again, are just signs that you are actually trying to ask yourself, am I supposed to move forward? Am I supposed to in this direction? And you keep getting more and more affirmations that says, yes. The more you fight with people, sometimes it is that you are supposed to get out of that energy field. Does any of this make sense?
Yeah, okay, so it's not a question, okay, so I'm wondering, is it just me growing, or is it this person growing too? And
everybody
we're both
grows.
on two?
Okay, everybody grows. But it's the pace and the stages and the degrees that one has to go through. Okay? And the important part is to respect it and not judge it, because you both have to take a time out to some degree. And if you are used to being motivated by judgment, then you're going to have that. Do you understand? It's the motivational process that comes up. Now, if you have to remember, your inner world creates your outer world. And if you are saying that, well, they need to change, or this has to happen, or they, be responsible, you can't sit there and beat yourself up because the other person hasn't decided to go in that particular vibration with you. So no more judging it. Just allow yourself to understand your unfoldment. There's got to be a healing tool some here. There's a piece of information that's missing. Go ahead.
I think for me, it's not necessarily, I guess it's me. I think for me, I'm looking at how this person is responding or relating to things, and I'm definitely judging it. Because in my mind, I'm like, this is so trivial.
Correct.
Like, I hate to say it's stupid, because it's not stupid to that person.
Correct.
But to me, it's just very juvenile.
Right.
What you're doing is like I feel like, even though I've been very, I don't want to say stagnant, but I've been a hermit for like the last 3 years. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that card that you mentioned about, it's time for me to get out there and let my light shine and not dull down who I am and let all of myself out. I agree with that. But for me, it's just with the person, it's like how we used to respond.
Yeah.
I'm not there anymore.
Correct.
And it doesn't mean that I'm a grandma. That's what
you're not.
I've been deemed.
Right.
Like a pre-AARP. You know what I mean?
But with you, my sweetheart, you are growing, and you're finding out that you can't live in the comfort zone that was created, and you want to rescue your friend. This is where you can't rescue your friend. And yes, you're learning to see how certain things don't fit anymore. Their stupid actions, their belief system, all these stuff. You can actually look and say, oh my God, look how I've grown. Now remember, it's okay for them to be who they are and still have that belief system, but don't judge it, because it has to do with the wounded pride that you feel like you should be staying there or saving her or bringing her with you, but yet at the same time, you're saying to yourself, I don't want to move forward by myself. I want to take a friend with me. Well, that's where you lasso out and say, bring in like-minded peeps that will actually create a comfort zone for you so that you can move forward. Because your relationship with her, you are both out of sync now. And the more you try to force it into sync, the more it's going to force itself out of sync. If she wants to come with you, then she will be, you throw the invitation out there to some degree, but she will then want to follow, or then you both start to go in sync. But the more that you keep focusing on trying to keep this relationship alive, and her soul's not ready to be at that degree, the stage, or level where you're at, and it doesn't mean that anybody's at one better level than the next, it just means that we are observing differently. You have to be okay to move forward. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So the kind of healing that I would tell you to do, because you are changing, is to get a deck of cards. Like the Colette Baron Reed's, the Enchanted Map. That's good.
And the Wisdom from the Hidden Realms from Colette Baron Reed.
If those are too in-depth, then you go and you find a deck that's very simple, like the Earth Magic cards.
Stephen Farmer.
And what it is that you need a little guidance. Grab a card, flip it over, and just, what do I need to learn today?
What am I supposed to do in this situation?
Mm-hmm. And slowly but surely, you will start getting that inner support you're looking for, because your higher self is going to be giving that to you. And then you'll start to redefine. Use the golden lasso as the healing tool. Bring people in. You can do a cord switching with you and your friend, and that'll clean up the cord so that it doesn't have to have the residue being out of sync, any fallout. You actually get to create differently. Okay, so there's 3 types of healing tools, and you may end up finding more on our website. Do you know where to go for the healing tools?
Yeah.
Okay, and just allow yourself to grow, because you're where you need to be, and she's right where she needs to be. Even though it may sound ridiculous, it's still her choice, and that's where we have to respect it.
You have to honor the soul.
Okay, so we got to get going, and please check in with us, and we will, just keep us abreast of everything. Okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Stay blessed.
Take care.
All right, we're going to go on. We got
2 callers,
and then we'll probably be able to do that. So the next
Let's
one is
go. We've got area code 818. You are on the air.
and after that will be 804. So hang
Hi.
in there. Hi.
I'm from California.
Wonderful.
Hi.
Hi. It's amazing. I learned a lot just listening to what you were saying just now, because I've never understood a lot about people coming into my life and disappearing. I've always wanted them to stay.
Yes.
And they never have, but they gave me the information I needed.
Yes.
And I've changed from that person.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, they need it. It's kind of unusual how, we live the part of their journey.
Uh-huh.
Now, some of the lessons I learned were in very strange ways.
Right.
Can you see my past when I said that? Why you're saying that?
Yeah, to some degree, it just
Because
flashed.
they were extreme people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How can we help you, sweetie?
Well, it's kind of confusing, because I've been told that I'm living my manifestation destiny now, and that this person in my life is good for me. But it's confusing that, yes, he is, or is he really? Because
Okay.
I'm so afraid. Isn't that terrible that I can't let go of my past completely because if it was so devastating, I never want to repeat it?
Right, and this is what happens with the over-identification of what they call ego, the electromagnetic guiding omni-apparition. And all it is the lens that you're looking through, and when we get thrown off our center, we take the pain and they become markers because we haven't been able to process it when it happened. And then when it comes up, we don't know how to process it, because then it's being used as a tool that says, oh, I'm supposed to keep myself safe. What happens is that those are the things that need to be resolved, because they are the ones that actually are stopping you or stunting you from your growth. You may mentally grow in one area, but suffer in the spiritual and emotional or physical. This person that you speak of, if you were to just focus on them, that would be great. And what we're going to do is we're going to find out, yes, I do agree that you're in your manifestation stage. Now, you have to consider the source.
You can see that.
Yes, because you're coming to life, okay? Now, you have to consider the source. Whoever told you that maybe this person could be the only one, or this person, but you got to consider the source, because as I'm looking at this person that you're thinking of, you have to heal some issues before you can allow that a healthy alignment with that person. There's something there. So they're telling you have to go back and heal those bumps in the road. Okay? And with that, you will then be able to see the soulmate that's supposed to be there for you. So now if I look back at the particular thing that they say that your soul is saying that you want to heal, and it is, apparently the word around it is contempt. So now I'm going back, is there a certain age? And they said the first one is at 3, but the one that you remember the most is around 8 years old. Does
I don't remember my past. What happened to me is I was involved with somebody, I call him a psychic vampire or spiritual vampire. He deprogrammed me, and he changed some of my past and my memories. And sometimes I'll say something to my mom. I said something to her, and she says, that never took place.
Ah.
So he remembers me from my youth,
I don't remember a lot of it.
Okay, so this is...
I feel he's good for me, but yet some things I feel like we both have to have a sense of trust. He trusts me more than I trust him because of my past. And it's just like, well, do you accept me for who I am? I know he gets frustrated with me. And I don't know if that's what a soulmate does, if they push you to a limit, you know,
to some
try to
degree
make you
they
the
do.
best you can be.
In some cases they do. Now, I'm asking Spirit, I'm looking inside, and I'm asking Spirit, is he the one for you for the rest of your life? No. Is he the one for now? Yes. And why is he the one for now? Because it's about addressing the word contempt. Now, you don't have contempt, but there is contempt that you get from others. You feel the contempt from others. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Contempt? No. I mean, well, I know I've had problems with women in the past that dislike me for some reason.
But it's also...
There's some issue.
All right, like for instance, you said that he sometimes get upset with you. Yes?
Yes. Gets frustrated with me because I'm not listening to what he has to say.
That's contempt. He is contempt
that
you're behaving. See, contempt can be a definition that is... Everybody has a different definition of what contempt is, but a certain behavior of what contempt does is that it, you know, how do we want to put this, Jen? I love when you're a cricket. Stop it. Okay, so the thing is really, how are they responding? It's like you expect people, especially the male persuasion, to have contempt.
Out that situation.
Explain, dear.
That's it. You are telepathy. He's different than anyone I've ever met, and it confuses me.
Yes.
And he
and
says
you don't
I
know,
have to
and
give
you don't
him
know how to you don't know how to respond or what to say.
That's right.
And then he gets frustrated.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
So the thing is that the best thing to do is that, Jen, redo your reading, and then we'll figure it out next. We have got a few minutes, and we have one more person we said we wanted.
Thank you. You are telepathy. That's what's going on in my head right now, because some things seem fine, and then other times, I'm confused.
Okay, so what's great is that you have an amazing ability to figure out it's effortless synergy that's going on in your life. And then what happened is that I got the cards of innocence and compassion reversed, and then I needed to pull some other cards. So you've got great manifesting power. The synergy is effortless, but God, I don't know, this lost state of innocence, and I feel you described it with that relationship with that person.
Well, I did lose my innocence in some respect because I lost sense of trust, abandonment, and anxiety, and fearful and abandonment, all of it from that person, because I believe he had to teach me that way, or he made me believe that.
Let me ask you a question.
So I would understand what my kids went through with abuse from their father.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do you have the will to die? Sometimes we wish we were dead. Have you ever thought that?
Oh, I went through that, yes.
That is what...
And then things changed right after that. Yeah, because I believed the lie that my son was going to die.
This is what needs to be healed out of your body, because literally it causes you to have a repetitive action that occurs. And because of this, it is actually creating a ringing sound that broadcasts from your body, which causes you to stay in this state of confusion. It doesn't allow yourself to have you, because it's like you have this great ability to manifest and somebody's feeding off that. So literally we need to have you resolve that so that you can move into the next step. You would be the type of person that should be calling in so we can do a one-on-one hands-on healing, or a healing from a distance, but literally going through and walking through and healing this because it's so huge. But the will to die, that's the one thing that you need to heal so that you can gain part of your power back. And that, if you go to the healing tools, mwreveal.com, left-hand side, healing tools, look for Hope Therapy. You're going to hold R1D. Right, right position first.
Just write down R1D and go
look for Hope Therapy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now
you see, this is what happened. They say because of what I went through, my mind and body disconnect.
Yes.
And so that it happens, and he sees this. He's supposed to be apparently a healer, and if you read in numerology.
Okay.
So that's part of. But
I really feel he's not supposed to be in your space. Correct,
confused.
but I feel like you're not supposed to be with him. I'm sorry that we're not able to be with anybody else. My dear, I think that you are supposed to heal something so that maybe you can redo this life differently. We have to go.
Okay.
We appreciate everything, and thank you all. Do the outro. We'll see
Thank
you
you
tonight.
so much.
All right,
Okay.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.